All of you aspiring Captain America mains out there, this is your Lord speaking. I just thought I'd make a tier list on Captain America. So this tier list is, as Captain America, who am I afraid of facing in battle? Who am I going one-on-one, face-to-face with? S tier being the easiest. I really want to pick on this person. And D tier is try to avoid at all costs. So let's get started. I have no idea how long this will be. I'm just kind of winging it, no notes taken. And we're starting with Captain America first. And I do have pop-ups on because I'm not paying for this. So Captain America, that's a fun pop-up right there. Captain America is going D tier. So if you see another Captain America on the field, I would just avoid them because it's essentially a stalemate. You could be way better player than them. Doesn't matter that much. I'm just gonna avoid them. And we're starting here with Vanguards first. So secondly is Venom. I did make a tier list on the phone as far as the notes go. Venom, I have him put in C tier. So the reason for this is he has a fuck ton of life. As you know, Captain America doesn't do a ton of burst damage, so it does take a while to beat down players. You may notice that a lot of the Vanguards are in the middle tiers. I don't recommend seeking out Vanguards to brawl one-on-one, and you'll notice that the list is going to be focused on squishies and specific ones at that. Thor. So personally, I have a hard time going one-on-one with Thor. When he enters his Thor force, he burns right through the shield, and then he still has enough left to really punish you, and then he keeps his shield up pretty high too. I have beat him one-on-one, I mean, everyone one-on-one, but more times than not, I would give the nod to Thor and pretty much avoid him at all costs. Just run past him and go to the back line. We have Hulk. So slightly easier than Thor. I think it's easier to fight Hulk because his punches are a little bit slower. You can kind of strafe around and avoid them, and kind of whittle his life down with your punches and shield and whatnot. Little combo. Still, I would probably avoid him. Doctor Strange goes in the same category, but I think he's a little easier than Hulk. Reason being is you're going to catch Doctor Strange with his shield up a lot. You can just punch right through it, bully him backwards. What makes him a little tougher is when he goes into the air, you're kind of out of luck. Sometimes you can get a pick by throwing your shield off a wall and it ricochets behind him. But still, not going to recommend seeking him out. Groot is the next Vanguard, and him, I'm putting even, God, the stupid pop-up. I'm going to put him in front of Strange. He's kind of just a big meat shield when it comes to brawlers. You just have to be aware that he's going to try and put walls up behind you. And in doing so, you just kind of strafe around him as you're punching. You can do your animation cancel while you're strafing and really beat him down. But it's going to take a while. He's got a lot of life, especially if he has his iron wall up. He's going to go up around 1100 health. So again, I would just avoid him. Mr. Magneto. I'm going to put him here. So similar to Strange, he has a shield. You can just kind of punch right through it. But then he does have that bubble, which lasts, what, 2-3 seconds? So that's an extra 2 or 3 seconds that you're just kind of stalemating, punching nothing. The reason why I have him here and not C tier is because he has a really hard time killing me as Captain America. Even with his Wanda team up, it takes a while for him to break down my shield or not deflect it back at him. And for that reason, I have him above these other Vanguards because they can actually kill me pretty quickly. Penny. So here's the thing with Penny is If her mines are up, she's D. If her mines are not up, I would put her in probably A. She's just so slow. You can punch around her without taking any damage. But assuming that her mines are up, I'm going to put her the head of D. Well, technically, this will be the hardest. The bottom of D tier. Do not jump into her mines. They will mess you up. So yeah, I'm just assuming that she's at her best. Her stuff's popped up, ready to ball. I can't speak. Not really in front of a camera person. Anyway, on to the strategist, Adam Warlock. I think it's pretty obvious. He goes into S tier. As Captain America, if I see him on the playing field, I am seeking him out first and foremost. Make him waste his soul bond on himself or his 2 heal charges and just beat him down. So there's a Captain America combo that I like to engage with that does 140 health within a second or two, damage within a second or two. So it really makes him use his resources right away, and then you just keep pounding away at him. And there's nothing in his kit that can harm Captain America. You can see him charge up his burst and just deflect it right back at him. It's pretty simple. Invisible Woman. So the thing with her, I'm gonna put her in A. So the reason for that, I guess I have to give her the pop up. Damn, it's annoying. I'm gonna put her in A. So she's super quick to kill. Her little pushback thing doesn't work if you have the shield up. The only nuisance with her is when she goes invisible. You have to kind of guess where she's going, or if your shield throw comes back, you can throw it off a wall or the ground and it'll hit her, and then you can chase her down after that. But as far as coming face to face with her, there's nothing I'm worried about other than maybe it just taking an extra second or two than S tier characters. Luna, she is going into S tier. So she's super easy to kill. I would suggest when engaging with her, you do your slam, your shield throw slam, put your shield up to deflect the ice because you know that's going to be coming, and then just wail on her with your 4 shield throws, and she's dead. You might have to chase her for a second, but by the time she gets into her little ice skates, your shield throws should be available, and yeah, just whittle her down. Jeff. Yeah, Jeff's going C tier. For the simple reason that he's hard to chase. I'm assuming a pop up again. Yep, great. So he's just really hard to chase. Can I please fucking grab Jeff? So Jeff's hard to chase. It's annoying. You're just gonna waste time going after him personally. Being pretty much any melee character, even Iron Fist takes a long time to kill him. So I would just throw your shield at him, slam on him, and then kind of focus on a different healer as he goes and heals himself up or runs away. Just don't chase him. There's no point. Mantis. So actually, I'm putting Mantis ahead of Adam Warlock as far as who I want to go and find and seek on the field because of her sleep. So 9 times out of 10, if you do the Captain America combo, put your shield up right after landing. So you do your jump, shield throw, slam, and then put your shield up, and then she's just going to throw her sleep off her shield and sleep herself, and then she's super easy to finish off from there. A little trick for any Mantis players facing a Captain America, throw your sleep at the ground. It can still be deflected by Cap, but he has to know you're going to throw it at the ground and look down, which most likely will not happen. So you'll put him to sleep if you throw it at his feet more times than not. But I haven't really ran into that myself, being Diamond player, so I'm not the best in the world, but Yeah, I haven't ran into many mantises figuring that out. Cloak and Dagger. We're going here. A tier. Top of A tier. So they're super easy to dive. They have the one escape ability, but again, your shield throw, you can kind of throw that off a wall and figure out where they're going. And then once they use that, they're toast. They have nothing they can do to get away from you. Their damage just isn't nearly enough to kill you fast enough. The only reason that keeps them out of S tier for me is their bubble. A lot of times they throw their bubble down and then they're just bunny hopping around circles in it. So it takes an extra second or two to kill them, similar to Invisible Woman. Rocket. So similar to Jeff, but not as bad. He is just really tough to chase down and kill as Captain America. His two dashes let him get away, and then the second he gets on a wall, it's game over. You're not getting him. So the thing I like to do with Rocket is get face to face with him, try and punch him a couple times, whatever. And then I'll put my shield up because when he shoots his healing orbs, if they bounce off of your shield, they now become your heals. So it converts from enemy heals to team heals, and that can help sustain to, kind of go push a different support or rally back to your team with full health. But it is a waste of time to chase him and try and kill him. Mr. Black Panther. So he's going here for me because I'm going to actually put him here. Because he's so fast, he's hard to track. This is the only way you're going to kill him as Captain America is let him waste his cooldowns, and he just does so much damage that he'll kill you. And his dashes go through your shield, so there's no real hope there. I really try to avoid any one-on-one engagements with him, and when he's attacking my backline, all I really do that I can do to assist is do the 70 damage vibranium shield throw. Other than that, he kind of smokes Captain America. Black Widow. I'm going to put her here. So it's very rare that I see Black Widow, but when I do, I am salivating. She is just a sitting duck for Captain America. You do his combo, slam down, you can put your shield up, she'll shoot herself. She'll try to kick you away, you don't go very far. And then having the confidence of finishing the kill, you can waste your dash because it's only on the 8-second cooldown now. So you can dash into her to close that engagement, finish her off pretty quick. She's not really a threat at all to Captain America. Hawkeye. I'm putting Hawkeye A tier, top of A tier. So I really like going against Hawkeye. Usually I try to stay out of line of sight when I'm beginning my engagement with him so he can't whittle down my shield. But even if I have to run into a straight line at him, whatever, he'll take a couple shots to take down the shield, and then by then I'm doing half his life before I even land on him. He'll jump in the air. I can either jump up with him or wait for him to land and then just finish him off. Sometimes his kick can be annoying, which is the reason that he's not an S tier for me. When I single out a Hawkeye, I'm not sure that I've ever lost an engagement as Captain America. Hela, similar to Hawkeye, but better. She's going, yeah, we'll put her there. So the reason I have Hela in S tier and not A with Hawkeye is I just don't think she has any escapability. Yeah, she has the little bird thing, but that's really easy to telegraph where she's going. And every time she uses it, I know I won the fight. Her CC just doesn't work because I run at her with my shield up or put it up right after landing. So she can't CC Captain America. Half the time that I engage her, she just kills herself, throwing her little spikes off my shield. But yeah, I really feel like Captain America is to Hela and Hawkeye what Wolverine is to tanks, and that is just absolute counter. Iron Fist. Okay, Iron Fist. I'm gonna throw him B tier right here. So he's not really anything. He's kind of neutral. He's easy to kill if he's not putting his little arm up or whatever. I have never really feel threatened when he's punching me, but he can take some time to kill, and he's very elusive when he's running away. So that's why I don't put him in A tier. But he is kind of squishy at the same time, so I'm throwing him into the B. Mr. Fantastic. Honestly, so this is my backup right now, my backup to Captain America. And I personally haven't fought against him as Captain America too much, but I'm going to throw him in the C tier and I'll put him there. Actually, I'll put him here. Make him a little tougher than Venom. And the reason is his sustainability is pretty ridiculous. So when he does his little fluff up, I'm going to absorb damage thing, that's just 3 seconds that it's a waste of time to even punch him. And Captain America doesn't do a ton of damage. So the longer you're in the engagement, the worse it is. And then also, Mr. Fantastic's punches are 60 damage each, so they can hurt pretty hard. But it takes a while to whittle down Captain America's health. And then, yeah, just Fantastic is so strong at staying alive. And for that reason, just C tier. I would I would kind of avoid any one-on-ones with him, just simply because it almost is a stalemate. Iron Man. Well, here we go. He, for obvious reasons, is ridiculously hard for Captain America to fight. The only way I've ever taken down an Iron Man is I have to punch like a Groot Wall twice, or Penny Mines twice, or a tank twice, and then look up and use my 4 shield throws, which only go 20 or 25 meters. And yeah, it's just not very efficient. And then obviously, Iron Man's beam doesn't deflect, so it just destroys your shield for no good reason. And he's nearly impossible to kill as Captain America. Can be done, but I would highly not recommend it. Oh, strategist, forgot Loki. Well, where are we going? Can I pull him, please? So Loki C tier, but he's ahead of those two. So Loki's really hard to dive. He's got all of his clones. Captain America doesn't do a ton of damage, so by the time you take out all the clones, he's going to have another one up that he can pop or just disappear and walk away. And his lantern is just ridiculous. The only time that I really try to go after Loki is when I can clearly see it's him and I'm just trying to push him away off of the heels. And yeah, other than that, I kind of just avoid him. He is easy to kill if you can get the team to wipe out his clones, but that's not easy to do. People just don't seem to target him much at all. Magic, 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 magic. We're putting magic in B tier, but harder to kill than them. So magic, I don't really feel threatened by too often. Your shield blocks all of her attacks. She knocks in the air, and then you just, from there, you know that her combo's done, so you can go at her. But she does get the extra shields from teleporting or whatever, so it does take longer to kill than you want. But why I put her here is because I'd say 50% of the magics I go against are really good, and thus just hard to kill. So it's pretty much a stalemate with magic. Moon Knight, Mr. Popular this season, season 1. We're going to go ahead and throw him. Well, we'll even put him here ahead of Adam Warlock. So, Moon Knight. He has absolutely no ability to get away from Captain America when he comes face to face. A lot of times it's pretty funny because he just throws his Ankh down and then tries to circle around it and throw it or whatever. You just two punch the Ankh and then he's dead. Or you can just deflect whatever he throws at the Ankh back at him and it destroys the Ankh for you. Yeah, he has no escapability and he's pretty worthless to any dive character, but especially Captain America because he can deflect. Mr. Namor. Yeah, we'll throw him at C. So Namor, Jesus. Stupid website. Throw him at C, but he's going to be harder to kill than Fantastic. So for obvious reasons, in order to get to Namor, you have to get through his turrets. They do a lot of damage if he does his alternate fire on you. And yeah, he's a nuisance. But turrets can be destroyed pretty quickly. You just need a little help from the team or just know his cooldowns. So if you see his turrets go down, that's when you dive. He will go into his bubble, which takes some time. And we know that time is not something Cap has because of his damage output. So yeah, he's very killable once his cooldowns are managed. But because that takes time, he goes into C tier. Psylocke. We're going to throw Psylocke top of B. So she's squishy. Sometimes she's hard to track. Her invisibility can be hit with your vibranium shield. Just throw it off the wall, and it will find her. Yeah, I don't really fear anything with Psylocke. Just throw your shield up if she ults. It will do a lot of damage to you, but it shouldn't kill you. Yeah, not much to be said. She's just, if you find her, kill her. Punisher. S tier. We like bottom S tier. We like Punisher. So many times he's in his turret. You just land in front of his turret, hold your shield up, it'll destroy the turret. He jumps out with his assault rifle, and by the time he pulls out a shotgun, you got to kill him. Or if he's not in his turret, you do your little Captain America combo. You land on him, pull up your shield. He's going to shotgun himself to death or hit himself once or twice, and then it's just going to take a punch or two. And that's it. He's toast. And you can see examples with Hawkeye, Hela, Punisher on my last video I made. If you're interested to see how that works, and when I mention Captain America's combo, I go over that in that video as well. Scarlet Witch. Honestly, she's just annoying. She's just annoying for Captain America. She doesn't really do any damage. Her little beam auto attack thing on the shield just sounds like it's doing a lot of damage because it's constantly clicking, but it's not. You attack her and she floats away. You attack her again, she floats away again. So she's kind of just pointless. But if you manage her cooldowns, she's insanely easy to kill. Or if you're in a situation where chasing her is not a bad idea, like you've already got a couple picks on your team or something, you can go ahead and chase her down. Other than that, yeah, not really a problem. Not really worth chasing otherwise. Spider-Man. We're going to throw him in D tier. He's a little easier than Black Panther to kill. He's even easier than Thor to kill. So yeah, he doesn't really target me as Captain America ever, and I don't really chase him down either. Similar to Black Panther, if I'm peeling to help my backline, I'm just using my shield throw or shield throws to try and track him. Other than that, if you catch him in a room with ceilings, you can beat him down pretty easy. But He's impossible to chase as Captain America, and a lot of times he's just going to get away, and you're wasting your time going after him at all. Squirrel Girl, boom, top of A. So, nah, actually, she's S. She's S. So, Squirrel Girl, she does a lot of damage if she hits you, but the problem is your shield deflects. So, rarely does she get to hit you if you're playing her properly. Um, Also, if you do your little combo, land, put your shield up, she's going to CC herself with her little acorn thing. Or the smart ones, when I'm Captain America, they use their extra cooldown on the jump. So to do the jump twice. But I have rarely seen that. Maybe one or two Squirrel Girls I've seen ever do that to me. Yeah, she's so easy to kill as Captain America. The second you get in her face, she's kind of toast. Star Lord, Mr. Star Lord. We're gonna throw him bottom of C. He's tough. So Star Lord, he can really drain your shield from quite a distance. He's really hard to chase, almost impossible. The thing with him, the reason why he's not in D tier is because his little jetpack has a cooldown, so it's not infinite. And you can kind of catch up to him with your sprint, dash, jump, dive, whatever. Sound like dodgeball, dodge, dip, dive, duck, dodge. Yeah, he's pretty hard to kill. Not really worth your time seeking out, but if you have him cornered, you can get him. Storm, especially this season, Storm. We're gonna throw her here. So she's easier to kill than Spider-Man because the good Storm players, they're not flying 30 feet in the air. They're kind of hovering right off the ground, just supporting their team, right behind their tanks, whatever. Um, you kill her similar to Iron Man. You generate your shield throws and try and take her out. For whatever reason, not whatever reason, I would say she's easier to kill than Iron Man because her mobility is not as good. But still, D tier, not really worth chasing. Mr. Bucky. Okay. So Bucky, I'm putting him here. He, for whatever reason, is challenging for me to dive. I've singled him out quite a few times, and his abilities his uppercut knocks you away. So I don't know for sure if his uppercut does damage through your shield, but it kind of feels like it does. Yeah, and his grab, he can pull you. He's just so annoying to fight one on one, and maybe it's just a me thing, but I kind of struggle seeking him out. Last but not least, Wolverine, the Tank Buster. So this might be controversial, but he's going A for Captain America. So the reason is he can't really hurt you. So he tries to claw through your shield, which does nothing. Captain America's shield is impervious to melee. If you didn't know that, that's what separates his shield from Magneto and Strange. You can't melee through it, not even Wolverine. And Wolverine's just really easy to kind of out brawl. You wait for his fury to go down while you're holding his shield up, and then his attacks become pretty slow and less damage. The only thing that keeps him out of S tier for me is his leap. He will leap you, and then you just put your shield up and get away, dash away. But it's annoying. So because he's annoying, I'm just putting him in A tier. And yeah. So this is my first ever tier list, calling it the Captain America tier list. S is Easiest to kill. These are the characters you want to seek out, seek and destroy. Captain America. D, try to avoid basically at all costs. And then you got A through C, up to your discretion. This is your Captain America Lord, and he's out.